Hello everybody and welcome to Katscoils, a channel dedicated to DIY microlocks and lifestyle. So as you're watching today, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. In today's video, I'll be talking about my 5-year DIY microlocks update. Let's get started. Hey everybody, we're going to jump right into this video. As you can see in the title, today I am celebrating my 5-year DIY Microlocs milestone. I just want to jump right into the details. My last video was 8 months ago where I was sharing my wash day routine. If you want to see that, go ahead and check it out on the card above. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys a little bit of a time lapse. I'm going to be showing you guys what my locks look like from the beginning all the way up to now. I'll be showing you guys how the length has changed, how the texture has changed, how my grid has changed, how the alopecia spot has changed, and how the color has changed. There are a lot of different things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. And so if you want to skip to any of these topics, I'll put it in the chapters below. But if you want to kind of watch through the whole video, grab some tea, grab some wine, grab some water, and some chips, because it's about to be a journey. We've been on this journey for 5 years. And if you've been on this journey with me, man, we may have some similar things going on with our locks, and maybe we've got some differences, but we're gonna go down the journey right now over the last 5 years. Let's go. So let's just jump right in with some fun facts. Number 1, I started my microlocks with twist and braided the ends. Also, I started with about 483 microlocks. I colored my locks about 3 times within the past 5 years. And no, I do not have a precise grid. And then lastly, I established my locks on October 1st, 2019. Now let's jump right in and see how my length has changed over the last 5 years. So here's what my length looks like at year 1. My hair was still pretty much stretched out because I did start with twists, and so they hadn't started really bunching up yet. Here's what it looks like at year 2. As you can see, it does look a little bit shorter than it did in year 1. And then here's year 3. You can start to see the drop happening, which I was very excited about. And here's my length at year 4, right at armpit length. Then here's my length as of today. It's almost at bra strap length. All right, so next is my texture, which I love because I love watching the transformation over the 5 years of my locks going from that very defined twist pattern in year 1, as you can see. Pretty much all over my head, my twist pattern was very defined, except for around my edges. Here you can see one of my locks already pretty much mature, and that was like, I was amazed because none of my other locks were really looking like that yet. And I'm here looking at my nape area where my locks were pretty much starting to mature, but you could definitely still see a twist pattern. All right, and so here is in year 2 where I still had a twist pattern, but it was definitely starting to diminish. I also noticed that in year 2, as far as my texture is concerned, my locks were pretty stiff, and so I would call this my awkward stage, but I still could see some of the twist pattern, but it was definitely starting to go away in year 2. All right, so here's year 3. As you can see, the twist pattern was mostly gone. I would definitely have to do some close-ups to see some twist patterns in certain locks, but in year 4, as you can see, most of the twist pattern is actually diminished and gone completely. There were just a few locks on the ends, I would say within the bottom 2 inches, that you would still see some twist patterns right there. And then this is what my locks are currently looking like texture-wise. The twist pattern is completely gone and my locks are nice and uniformed. And I don't have a lot of frizz happening mid-shaft to ends, but I do have some like frizziness going on at the roots. Okay, moving right along to the grid. So as I told you guys before, I do not have a precise grid. But first, let me preface this by saying I love my grid, and I love the fact that it is not precise, because really, I don't usually wear my hair in styles that require a like super precise grid. So yeah, let me just preface it by saying that. All right, so here's what my grid looks like at year 2. This was freshly interlocked, and so that's why you can see the parts pretty good. I also don't interlock my hair too tight, and so I really am more interested in the health of my follicles versus like the precise look of my grid. So here is what my parting looks like at year 2. All right, year 3. I don't think much changed from year 2 to year 3. Again, this is freshly interlocked hair. I usually do my year milestone videos like fresh after I've done a retie. So again, fresh retied hair. And then here's year 4. I'm not sure if you can tell, but it kind of started feeling like my grid pattern, like my locks were getting smaller. I'm not sure, but I don't know. But yeah, here is the top. That's what it looks like. I personally love that I don't aim for perfection with my locks. I just aim for healthy locks. And so, yeah, nobody ever looks back there, so I'm not too concerned about how straight those parts are. And to be honest, when I'm interlocking my hair, I am in front of the TV, I'm watching a movie, and I'm not really in the mirror. As long as I know I'm not marrying locks together, then I'm good. And so this is what my grid looks like currently. Oh, this is 1 week post interlocking. So this is what that looks like. And I've been kind of taking my time with interlocking this go around. So there's been a lot of things going on personally in my life, so I haven't really had time to sit and like get it all done in 1 week. All right, so jumping into my color over the last 5 years. I like this chapter too because it really shows like all the different phases that I've gone through. But this was like the first month of my journey where I did not have any color. This was pretty much my natural color. And then this is me 4 months in. I did use a brand called Natural Tint to achieve this color. And yes, I colored my hair 4 months into the game and my locks were just fine. May not be the case for everybody, but that's what I did. This is around month 8. So same color. I didn't add any color to this. This is just different lighting. And then this is the around month 9, month 10. I started playing around with hair paint wax. And I was very nervous at first to do this because I did not want the hair paint wax to get like all in my locks. But I washed it out really good and it was fine. And then this is right at month, because this was summertime. So this was about month 8 to month 10. This is what that color looked like in the sun, like that first natural tint color. This was around year 2. You can see my locks were starting to grow out. And so right at mid shaft is where you can see the color, and then my roots is my natural color. And then here I was just playing around with a little bit of hair paint wax, purple, and just a couple streaks of hair. And a couple of my locks, didn't want to do purple all over. I was just having fun. And so I was having so much fun with the hair paint wax that I did a pink hair paint wax all over. But mostly focused on my ends. And I actually really had fun with this color. So much so to where I used an Adore color to tint my actual locks. And so I wore my hair this color for a little while, which I loved, burgundy locks. And then this is the Adore all washed out over the period of several months. And as you can see, I have about 3 or 4 inches on the ends that have color, and everything else is my natural color. Again, this is, I would say about year 4. My hair is a lot longer now, and so the color is just growing out. And again, this is also within like year 4, late year 4. And I think I lightened just a few locks in the front just to add some dimension. And then this is what my color looks like currently. I have not colored my hair in a couple years, so this is what my locks look like with the color pretty much all grown out. All right, so now we're going to talk about the alopecia spot over the last 5 years and how it has changed. So this is year 1, and as you can see, there's definitely a spot there, and there's some hair growing in though. So that's one thing about the alopecia spot, is that the hair may come out, but it will come back in. And also, all of the locks around this area are either brand new locks, or they are locks that have just not fallen out. As you can see, there are about 2 brand new locks right here. And yeah, they are pretty healthy. At year 1, I did not lose any locks due to the alopecia spot. So here is the spot in year 2. It's in the same space, and it hasn't like widened or anything, but again, there was hair there. It fell out and then it started to grow back in. So anytime the hair would start to grow back in, I would just like marry that hair with a surrounding lock. And so that is how I would be able to like not have any locks lost, is because when the alopecia spot would flare up, the lock would kind of just hang on around that area, and then I would just marry the hair back into that lock when the hair grows back. And then this is what the spot looked like between year 3 and year 4. Here is an active alopecia spot. As you can see, there's 0 hair here. And between year 3 and 4, I did have a few locks that I had to combine because they had gotten like so thin. And so this is one of them, but this spot is about as smooth as a baby's bottom at this point between year 3 and year 4. And then finally, this is what my alopecia spot is looking like currently. I literally just recorded this. I noticed that I didn't have a current recording of it. And so I have one spot where the hair is growing back in. And I have a lot of like little locks in that area that need some love, but right now this is just an organic, unedited view of what my locks in that area are looking like. So I have a little bonus chapter for you. I want to show you guys my Microlocs hairstyles over the last 5 years. Okay, so let's start with my side braid era. I don't know, I just loved having like a couple braids on the side, pulling my hair away from my face only on one side. So I wore it like that a couple times. And here is my protective style era, I guess I would say. So I used to wear different extensions, you know, Cuban twist, these like cornrows, and then I wore twists again with some little decor on them, and then actually tried box braids, which was fun. And then here is my hair just pulled up with braids in the front. And then here is me rocking a rod set. 2 buns on the top, which was fun. Okay, here's my hat era. I love wearing hats. And I have several different hats and I love them. So yeah, this is just me and a couple of my hats. And then lastly, a cute halo braid. I wore this a few times during my journey as well. Well, that is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching my journey over the last 5 years. If you have, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And if you want, comment down below to let me know what are some things that you've experienced over the years that you've been locked. And I'd love to know if you're starting microlocks or if you're thinking about starting microlocks. I'd love to know so that we can kind of get chatting and I can talk to you guys and kind of help you guys along the way. Well, again, thank you so much for watching and sticking all the way to the end of the video. And until next time, bye.